What's up guys, GGFOREX here, welcome back to today's video. And price is doing well, okay? It's Monday, it's obviously a trace during Asian session. I expected some of the Friday highs to get liquidated. This is exactly what happened. At the moment, price is reacting off the daily. I do have a 4-hour POI pending on GJ at the moment. Again, I'm only really concentrating on GJ and EG for the time being, just because they're the only ones that kind of make sense right now. The others kind of need to move around, do some more price action, give me more information into understanding what it could potentially be doing. As I said, US dollar CHF, that did do what I wanted to do, but when I looked to the left, it was happening in the middle of nowhere. It wasn't really happening in any legit area. So yes, it's everything I wanted to see, but it wasn't happening anywhere, so it doesn't go over my edge. But let me just show you GJ, where it's reacting, what I think it could be doing, and how I could be managing this trade. So as you see right now, GJ, this is the daily candle. It's come up and it's reacted in this daily candle. So you can see this wick that's coming up and pushed down, right? So let me just zoom into the 4-hour time frame. You can see where my pending is up here, right? That's where I'm expecting price to go. As you see, price has come up. Let me go to the 1 hour so I can show you better. As you can see, this obviously is the weekend bar, Friday high, Friday Asian high. What did Monday do? Come up, boom, take it. I was expecting price to come up a little bit further. It still can, it's still early days. It's only 8:15 in the morning on a Monday, so New York could still come down, push up, then come down. Anything could happen, obviously, in the market. So if price just comes down, slams here, and never triggers me in, great, I don't care, fantastic. So that's what I was expecting to happen. That is what has happened. It's reacting off a logical interest, which is that daily point of interest. So that is all good for me, and obviously I do have targets to the downside where I think it could be going, and there as well. EG is finally, looks like it's pushing up. It looks like it's accumulating, and it looks like it's pushing up. I won't know yet, because really EG, if I have a look at the last pushes on EG, right, it's only really been doing 27 pips a day, which is really frustrating. It's just, this 1 to 3 has only got to do 45 pips, and it feels like it's going to take like 3 or 4 days. But EG's pushing up, so obviously if GJ is coming down, which means there's a weakness in the pound, which obviously makes sense that the euro is going to be stronger against the pound. But obviously the euro is really weak as well, especially with the German market at the moment and all of their news. So that's probably what's making the euro weak, and obviously the pound's weak. So it's kind of like 2 weak pairs together, which isn't ideal, which is probably why this isn't moving as quickly as I would like, because it is very frustratingly slow. Like, there's clear liquidity to the top side. It's taking all the liquidity to the downside. It's just taking its sweet ass time. So that's frustrating, but in it, profitable. Stop loss moved to this yellow line here. So I've only got 0.4% risk on at the trade at the moment. If price breaks this high, then I'll be moving my stop loss to break even. So there'll be 0 risk in this trade. Risk for GJ, I have my stop loss just over here. Obviously, so that is basically break even, because it's like 0.0 something of a risk. So it's basically break even on GJ and one of my entries. And obviously if this gets triggered in, then it'll only be 1% risk. So really, a lot to gain and very little risk on the table, which is ideal. But yeah, that's all I'm really looking at the moment. USD CHF, let me explain. Right, this is the setup I wanted. We'll see if it plays out or not, but this setup was what I wanted, because obviously I think the DXY is going to retrace, but remember the DXY is only a short-term retracement, because overall it is bearish. And the DXY sort of retraced, not in a logical area. And obviously USD CHF retraced, but not really. It has kind of retraced in a logical area because it has liquidated the lows, but the DXY hasn't retraced in a logical area, so it's kind of weird. It hasn't left me targets, it's just sort of moved up. And if I zoom out to the 4-hour time frame, you can see price has just retraced in this imbalance, which is fine. It can do an imbalance fill, 50%, whatever. But I kind of prefer it to go down to a daily at least. Because, yeah, I mean, it's come up. I mean, it might do. We could look for some accumulations in this area where I was looking to buy anyway for extra confirmation. But yeah, it's just sort of just retraced in no man's land. So hence why I'm not really confident in USD CHF retracing, even though it has taken out this low extreme. So it might be worth just putting 0.5% risk on it, see how it goes, because it does look like a really nice trade. So guys, that's where I am at the moment. It's only 20 past 8 in the morning. What I'll do is update you at New York Open, so 1:30 this afternoon, and see how things go. But yeah, gonna go gym now, lose the holiday weight and all the other weight before that, all the COVID weights for the last 2 years. Yeah, I'll see you then. As well guys, I've actually done a full breakdown of my weekly outlook on the GGFOREX Facebook group, which is the link is down below. Let me just show you what I mean. Is obviously this is a Facebook group, it's private, so links down below, but I did a full video breakdown in what I'm expecting to see on the week, what I'm looking for, how I'm managing my stuff, all on that video there for the GGFOREX members. So if you want to have a look at that, links down below. I'll see you there in the chat, and yeah, hopefully you learn something. Right, it is 2 o'clock or just gone 10 past 2 in the afternoon, so New York Open is fully open. Giggity. So we're getting a small sell-off on GJ. I wouldn't be surprised if it reacts from this indecision candle, and then we could see a possible breakthrough, come back, then push up. Something like that. I could see something like this happening, but time will tell. Probably tomorrow. We do have GBP news, Wednesday, CPI data for GBP. So that will probably when this pair will most likely move. It has created targets. It has liquidated Friday's highs and Asian highs on Friday as well. So it is making sense for it to retrace down now. It hasn't triggered me in yet. This yellow line at the top will be triggering me in for the second trade. So that was, how many pips away is it? It's 54 pips away from my entry. So it might not even come down here. It could just move down, make a new low. That'd be great, because then this will be my new lower high. EG has been kind of messing about still. It's just sort of like wicking up and down. This is the last 4 hours, so 8 hours of price action. It hasn't really gone anywhere. It's just gone down, up, came back to the same bit, down, up, came back to the same bit. But it has made liquidity to the top side. So most likely is price will continue to go to the top side for where price is now, because it's just creating more liquidity, as you see here, here, and here. So it's kind of caught of the way there at the moment. It's just being annoying, and I just need to wait it out and see what really happens, because obviously Euro's kind of weak, pound's kind of weak. It's sort of like, all right, who's the strongest out of the weakest two? So that probably explains why this is just ranging. So it's not the best market to be in, but so far it is working, and obviously I'm only risking 0.4% on this trade, so it's not a big issue. If price starts to move away, then I'll just move to break even, like I said before. So yeah, that's kind of it. I'll have to update you at London close. I don't see there's going to be a lot of price action during New York, just because obviously New York is a bank holiday today, so price action is probably just going to stagnate until tomorrow, because you'll see on the 18th we have some Euro news, and then on the 19th, which is Wednesday, we've got CPI data, red folder news for GBP and CAD and AUD. So Wednesday is probably when we're going to see these break out, do some moves where we can possibly get in for another entry, but right now it's kind of just staying in the same spot, not really moving much, which is fine. We're still in profit. We just need to sit on our hands and be patient. Right guys, it is the next day. It's just gone 10 o'clock in the morning, and I have been triggered in my second entry on GJ. As you can see, this yellow line is the entry for this. It came up, touched it, and it's now moved away. So I'm in two positions on GJ. When this movement breaks this low, that'll be moved to break even, and then this will be moved to almost break even because it's basically zero drawdown, so my stop loss will be above this high. So that'll be good. Extra safe. EG, good news, it's finally moving up. It created equal highs, it took it, and it looks like it's moving to the upside. So we'll see what happens. I won't be surprised if it still goes sideways but up at the same time. It's kind of annoying, but it is what it is. So overall, I'm really pleased. It looks like GJ's on the move. So now things are different. So obviously, if this comes down here again, this will be at 7%. This might be at 3-ish. So that'll be 10%. And then EG will be, if it comes up to here, that'll be a 1 to 3. So really that's 13%. I kind of need 14% because I'm also on 4% down at the moment. So really, depending on price action today, could be a pass. Could be. I'm not getting my hopes up because obviously there is high impact news for the pound tomorrow on Forex Factory, which is, yeah, so Wednesday the 19th, we've got CPI data on Forex Factory. So I'm not really expecting much. Today we've just got JPY news, medium impact, nothing too bad, and some Euro news. So, and some good news for the Euro that's already come out. So that might be why Euro pound is going up as we speak, because of that news reaction. So yes, this is looking good. I'll keep you guys updated over New York Open, but other than that, let me just show you the back end to my C-Trader account. So if you have a look, obviously C-Trader account, I've got 2 positions on GJ, 1 on EG. Let that just focus over here at the moment. So hopefully, if I go to my account and refresh it, so obviously today's profit's 1,500 quid, blah blah blah. So this, if I closed out now, this just go boom straight up to the top, which is good, obviously. So I just need to wait. Obviously, if I do pass a challenge, then I need to do my micro trading today as well, because obviously I've got another 5 days of trading to go before I can technically pass, which is annoying, but it is what it is. So guys, this is looking good. I'll keep you updated over the New York Open, but so far, so good. Right guys, it is 2:30 in the afternoon, so New York session is on the way. GJ, still playing out great, still moving down. EG almost hit TP in a little bit of a retracement right now to a discounted area, so I'm not worried about it at all. So let me just show you what I mean. So this is EG. Obviously this morning went up, wicked me in, push price down, looks like it's going to break this low. If this low does get broken, then my break-even trade up here, the stop loss will be put down here, and then this trade will be put to break even as well, because it basically is, because basically zero drawdown on this trade. But I'm only going to move those stop losses to here when this low gets broken, because then technically this will be the new lower high, and then the new lower low will be created somewhere down here. Okay, so that's what I have in mind for GJ. That's playing out fine. EG, a little bit different. So EG had a real nice push up. As you can see, it created equals, liquidated them, pushed down, made more equals. If I go to the 1 hour time frame, you'll be able to see. I made more equals over here. Well, I made equals to there with that little wick. Can you see that little wick if it's connected on the time frame? Made equals, reacted a little bit, then pushed higher, broke higher. Then it's taken out these equals up here, and it's sort of filling in the imbalance at the moment. It's sort of done 50% of this, not all the way. Obviously I've got my 4 hour candle up here, which I've got my eyes on, and obviously that is my first TP up here as well. So I feel like price at the moment, it came up, it's taken liquidity, it's come back down, and it's retracing back down to the orders that made that high in the first place. So I feel like there could be some sort of reaction in this area. Stop loss has gone to break even. So the only real risk I have on these 3 trades is 1%. So 1% is at risk, but 21% is to gain. So I'm happy with that. So yeah, so only 1% risk, and that is obviously on GJ at the moment. This is obviously moved to break even, so if it comes down here, takes me out, I don't mind at all. I'll wait for more confirmations onto potentially get into another trade. The only downside with this trade at the moment is it's creating a trend line. So I feel like this is going to get liquidated at some point. Let me just change the color on it so you can see it's the orange. So yeah, this is the trend line that I'm seeing at the moment. So I feel like they might liquidate it at some point, probably tomorrow maybe. I don't know, because obviously I can't tell the future. But I know that is an area of liquidation that the banks will be looking at. So now they have taken out two main sources of liquidity. They might just want to come up, mitigate, and then move further down, liquidate, and then do something else. So that is on my mind, but again, it's a risk-free trade. It's gone to break even. Whatever happens next happens, but I believe that price still wants to go up. It's still making higher highs, still making higher lows. The structure is still bullish. There's still imbalance to fill. There's still unmitigated orders that haven't been mitigated yet. So evidence to me shows that it wants to push up. So we now need to wait and see what happens. The confirmation of this wanting to still go up is obviously the pound is getting weaker, and as you can see from GJ, it's still getting weaker. So all positive, all good. EU at the moment is pushing down. It looks like it's going to break this low, so we could be looking at some sells higher up, maybe mid next week. GU, same situation. It has broken its low. To me, the sellers are still in control, so potentially some more sells next week, maybe roughly in this area. Again, have to wait and see what sort of schematic we can get, but it has just been falling away. USD CHF is rising. It never came back to my point of interest. It just went, but the ultimate test will be in this area up here, because obviously this is where they did liquidate the lows. So potentially we could see a distribution schematic in this area next week, but we'll have to wait and see. AU is now on a point of interest, this block here, 4-hour point of interest, where it pushed up and create the bullish order flow. However, we still need more confirmation before we get into a trade. It is in a 4-hour point of interest, but I need to see some sort of like schematic, some sort of divergence, some sort of like highs being taken, some sort of proof that price wants to go up from here. Like we got down here, right? Price came into my 4-hour point of interest, liquidated the lows, took out the highs, came back, mitigated, shut up. That's hopefully what I'm gonna get here, but whatever happens, happens. And it all depends on the DXY. If the DXY continues to be bullish, then it's going to take this high and take this high. So then it changes then, the DXY, because overall it's bearish, but to these points of interest. If these points of interest get broken, then it's no longer bearish. So in my opinion, unless we get some sort of distribution either in here or here, then we could be seeing that GU can fall for a long time, AU can fall for a long time, and EU can fall for a long time. But yeah, so basically I'm still waiting on more proof that the DXY wants to respect this area and distribute off, or if it breaks it and violates it, then we know that DXY is on a bullish run and expect a longer sell on EU, GU, and AU. But yeah, so that's what I'm seeing at the moment. Everything's going really well. I've got my alarms set in these key areas, waiting for highs to be taken with those alarms as well. When they get triggered, then I can see what caused that move, and then we can maybe see a retracement back to a point of interest for potential pending orders to be set. But until then, I'm pretty happy. I'm in 3 really good positions. I don't need to force anything else and just let it play out. So yeah, I'll update you guys probably towards London close, and then that'll be it. I feel like most of the movement's going to be done tomorrow, because obviously it's CPI data for GBP tomorrow, so things probably setting up for that. So we'll see how things go, but overall looks good. Okay guys, a quick update. GJ has moved away, still hasn't broken this low yet, has made more targets, so I do believe later on, maybe towards Asian or whatever news time, I think it's coming out at 1:30 in the morning, JPY news. We'll see what really happens here. So London Open tomorrow, we'll get more answers. EG has hit my stop loss for break even. So as I said, I was aware of this trend line, waiting for it to be liquidated, and it looks like it is in the process of doing that. It has taken out these targets, like I said before, so that was the next logical reason. So hence why I moved to break even, hoping it was going to hit that 4-hour order block, fill the imbalance more before it did this move down, but that's okay, no loss. Yeah, break even trade, completely fine with that. So now it's just GJ waiting to see what happens here tomorrow morning. So far it's looking good. It's making more targets, it's showing divergence, it's liquidated the highs, created more targets to the low side. So these two trades alone are looking really good. That is the update on my current back end of Ftmo. Obviously today's profits 2,800. I've got 6 minimum trading days done, so I also need to do 4 more. And you can see from the trade history, you can see the EG trade came out. Obviously profit was £15, but obviously the swap fees was 27, so it still looks like a loss even though it was break even, but you got to pay swap fees. Obviously holding it over nights, holding it over weekends, you do get those fees, so you got to make sure that those are covered. But yeah, so overall not too bad. I'm not worried. There's plenty of potential still to go with GJ. Still multiple entries to go with GJ. But yeah, so that's the update, guys. We'll definitely find out what happens tomorrow, because obviously we have CPI data coming out as well. So love you all. Like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.